Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play and earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about a little bit of a, I guess, conjecture or hypothesis. Basically, we're just going to speculate here and have a little fun. And I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on. Maybe you should grab your tinfoil hat and put it on as well. And we're going to talk about maybe why whales don't want DEC to get to peg or to get to par. And the reason why I was thinking about this and I was kind of stumped and puzzled recently, you know, Bulldog's proposal recently failed and was voted down by a few large whales. For the most part, voted it down, even though majority of the community seemed to have been in favor of the proposal as a whole. And I was listening to Steve and Baby Omega talking on their YouTube stream the other day. And what was interesting was I think Steve had mentioned during the stream, you know, he was kind of curious as to why, you know, all the whales didn't want to somehow see DEC at peg, it seemed like. And that kind of sat with me and made me think a little bit. And the reason why I was thinking about it is because if you watch my video talking about Bulldog's proposal, you'll know that I was in favor of it, and I gave reasons why on that video from the Splinterlands TV discussion we had with the community. And one of the points that I made in the video is, you know, it's always good to understand, you know, opposing viewpoints, really understand the reasons why someone would be voting no, and kind of use those to kind of cross-validate and compare to your own thoughts to see, well, do they really have a good idea here, or are they onto something? And as I sat and I looked at the proposal and what it would do and the risks and the benefits, I was scratching my head and trying to figure out, you know, why Bulldog's proposal wasn't a slam dunk, why it wasn't like passing with, you know, more than 80% or 90% approval. And hearing Steve mention that comment on his stream, I was going back and thinking about it, trying to put myself in big SPS whales shoes here in the game and trying to think, well, why would I not want to see DEC at par sooner rather than later? And I think, you know, again, put on your tinfoil hat. This is just pure speculation and conjecture. Have no evidence of this at all. But when I thought about it, it kind of made sense to me why whales would vote that proposal down. And it comes down to, well, it comes down to dollars and cents, right? Let's talk about what I mean here. So if we look at the proposal votes here, you can see some big votes here. We got Vugtis voting no with about 10 million SPS, Crypto Eater voting no with about 6 million SPS, Azarcon voting no with about a little over 4 million SPS, Michael B voting no with about 4 million SPS. And you've got some other names here that are interesting, certainly as well. You got Biz here voting no with about 2 million SPS, you know, and that's about it. I mean, there's others here voting no, but I just want to call those particular numbers out just because those are some big no votes. Now, what's interesting here is, well, let's talk about my hypothesis a little bit. Why would all these Splinterlands whales not want to see DEC at par soon and SPS flywheel kicking in? Well, it comes down to simple math. And let's just take the highest number here. Let's just unfortunately pick on Vugtis here. And I've got nothing against Vugtis. I think, you know, all my interactions with him have been very positive. So I apologize, Vugtis, for using you as an example. You just happen to have the most SPS here at the top of the list. But let's say Vugtis here, let's round his number up. He has 10 million SPS here today, and he's voting this down. You know, if If this were to pass and somehow this buying the DEC with DAO stablecoins were to kick in the flywheel and get DEC to peg and SPS were to increase, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm picking round numbers here to make things easy. Let's just say SPS were to get to 50 cents if the flywheel were to kick in, okay? Just as a round number perspective. You could swap in 20 cents, 10 cents, whatever number you want, but let's just use 50 cents as an example here. Basically, Vugtis's SPS that he has currently today, if SPS were to, let's say in the next 3 months, 3 to 6 months before the end of the year, go to 50 cents, Vugtis would have $5 million worth of SPS, which is great, right? $5 million, that's a lot of money, right? And you'd be saying, Tails, why wouldn't Vugtis want SPS to get to 50 cents by the end of the year and he'd have sitting on $5 million? Well, it just comes down to simple math, because if Vugtis believes in Splinterlands, believes in the flywheel, believes that a bull market is inevitable, is coming back to crypto, which most people would agree. Most people would say, well, there will be another bull market in crypto in the lifespan of crypto, right? It won't always just be downhill from here. And let's say Vugtis believes that maybe that bull run is in 2025 instead of 2024 if the SPS flywheel were to kick in. So why would Vugtis want to wait till 2025 for DEC to get to par and the SPS flywheel to kick in? Well, let me show you some reasons why, and it comes down to simple math. If you look at this example here, this is just data from the alpha gold foil tourneys. This is the amount of SPS that has been won here over the last 3 months from the alpha gold foil tournaments. And you can see here, some of these names might be familiar. You've got Biz here taking first and fourth multi-accounting this tournament here on a regular basis. And he's got almost 100,000 SPS that he's banked here in the last 3 months from that tournament alone. Jockey here as well, 44,000 SPS. Michael B, almost 20,000 SPS. So they're making a lot of SPS on a monthly basis here with tournaments as an example. Now, if we go to the Peak Monsters Rich List, for example, what are other ways that whales can passively earn right now in Splinterlands? Well, you can stake SPS. Let's see some of the names here for staking SPS. You've got Vugtis here. You've got Crypto Eater here. Let's see, you got Azarcon here. You got Michael B here. These individuals have all over 4 million SPS possibly available to stake to get passive SPS rewards. How else can you add SPS to your stack right now? Well, validator nodes, print SPS and vouchers. You got Michael B with 101 validator nodes, Vugtis with 92 validator nodes. Let's see other names here that might be familiar. I mean, you've got others here, certainly other whales here with nodes, but those are some main ones. Passively earning SPS and vouchers, definitely at a more rapid pace than yourself or myself are adding to our SPS stack, more than likely. How else can you get passive earnings right now for SPS? Well, you can hold nightmare packs. Crypto Eater holds 11,000 nightmare packs. Let's see, you've got Vugtis holding 5,500 nightmare packs. I mean, I don't know other names here you might want to look at. Some other recurring names here on the whale list. So they're generating more SPS with those holdings. People that hold land are generating SPS passively with land right now. Now we can't see in Peak Monsters because this is unsurveyed regions, but we can go to Splinter Cards as an example. And let's just look at land rich list. You know, Vugtis has 4,412 plots of land that are earning him, I don't know, like 1.7 maybe SPS per plot of land per day. You've got, who else here? You got Crypto Eater with almost 2,000 plots of land. You got Biz here with almost 2,000 plots of land. Michael B with 1,500 plots of land. So what we're seeing here is a lot of these whales are passively generating a lot of SPS on a day-to-day basis. So if SPS doesn't moon until, let's say, a year and a half from now, 18 months from now, right? Going back to this tinfoil hat theory, again, if SPS eventually gets to 50 cents when the flywheel kicks in, and maybe that's in a bull run in 2025, if instead of having 10 million SPS because of alpha gold foil tournaments and SPS staking and nightmare packs and land and validator nodes, let's just say, in 2025, Vuctus has 20 million SPS, all right, by stacking all those passive earnings by then, and SPS still gets to 50 cents. How much does Vuctus have in 2025, a year later? I mean, it's not complicated here. He's got twice as much. He's got $10 million instead of $5 million if SPS goes to 50 cents, and all he has to wait is an extra year. If he strongly believes in Splinterlands and the flywheel, which I'm guessing he does in this particular case, replace Vuctus with any other name, Biz or Michael B or, anyone else, Azarcon, whoever else was on this list here, right? All these whales that are generating, Crypto Eater as an example, all these folks that are generating a lot of passive assets in Splinterlands right now, it behooves them to stack as much stats now while the prices are down if they 100% believe that the flywheel is real and it will kick in. Acquiring more assets now and not accelerating that process is beneficial to them because it's going to make them richer. That's the way the math works out here. And it's kind of crazy, but it kind of makes sense as well. Now, that being said, I mean, you could also say, Tails, you're wrong 100%. That's not how whales think. They're altruistic and they want to see the game succeed. They don't care about how rich they get. Okay, I would say, well, that's not human nature, but okay, let's just say you're right. And you could go look at the Great Burning event here. And it's true, yes, absolutely. Vuctus is on this list, top 10, he's at number 8. Crypto Eater's top 10, he's at number 9 for burning DEC. Granted, some of that was probably DECB more than likely. You can see here, it was for Crypto Eater, it was 2 million DECB and 8 million DEC. For Vuctus, it was 10 million DECB. So it was all DECB for Vuctus as an example. So that was just probably all vouchers. You've got Michael B here burning 3.49 million DEC as an example. So yeah, I mean, you could say, no, these guys want to see DEC at par. They have, altruistic motives here. They want to see the game succeed. And I'd say, yeah, that's, fair. It's a fair statement. I mean, again, this is all speculation. I'm not any of these individual whales. I can't say how they think or how they feel or what their motives are. This is just a fun video talking about what ifs. But also here, if you're top 10 here for this particular leaderboard, you had almost 3,000 lotto tickets here, plus you're getting land plots, plus you're getting legendary titles which have value. So it's not like you're just burning all this DEC for the fun of it. And being a top 10 player here of this leaderboard, you're actually getting a nice tax refund on your charity. So, could you say, well, is it really all about getting DEC to par here for this particular whale or whales in part of this contest? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. But again, if we're looking at reasons on why there was such a whale negative reaction to this particular proposal, I mean, I couldn't explain it. I looked at the comments in the Peak D proposal. I didn't understand them. I tried to rationalize and think why that wasn't a good thing if I'm a whale. And the answer that I came up with, quite honestly, the only answer I could come up with is greed. The answer being whales don't want DEC at par now. They want DEC at par later, when they have more stats, when they have more SPS, when they have more assets, so they can get more value at that time. So I don't know. Put on your tinfoil hats. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And yeah, again, this is not attacking anyone. It's not saying that this is the reason why people voted no. I have no idea why people voted no. I have no idea why people voted yes. I'm only putting my tinfoil hat on here and trying to think what are some of the reasons. And yeah, just a little fun exercise here. So until next time, keep stacking those stats.